Welcome back, my little lambs. It's time for another episode of NT Sheep's Digital Wonderlands. Welcome back, my little lambs, for part 2 of the new Burning Springs update. Luckily, during the big fiasco yesterday, December 2nd, with this update coming out, when I finally was able to get in, I was able to get an hour of recorded footage. So that's how I was able to make my first little video. And now we're picking up where I left off at the end of that. So, we've met the Rust King. We've found out that for some reason he wants to watch us as we make our way through Ohio. And he's given us a clue of somebody we should meet in Highway Town. So, we're going to start making our way up there. Now, I could fast travel back to the gate where I came into Ohio since I unlocked that as a fast travel point. But I'm going to go ahead and walk my way from the Rust Kingdom up to Highway Town, and we're going to be hitting some fast travel points along the way. And a lot of these fast travel points I found out during the PTS, there's usually 1 to 2 intel cases hidden in them, so we'll be picking those up along the way. And here we have our first intel case. As soon as we pick it up, it's going to unlock the quest form and give us a map marker all the way up in the northwest corner. The intel cases make a beeping sound, which can be easier to hear if you have your volume turned up high, or if you've got a really good set of headphones that have surround sound features. That can make it really easy when you're trying to track them down. As you see as we make our way up to Highway Town, some of them are going to be fairly simple to find. They're right out in the open and you just got to listen for the beeping sound. But some of the other ones that you'll come across in the game can be very tricky. You really have to try and listen for the beeping sound as you start exploring certain areas. Up at the top of the tower here, you can find another case, and I think there may be one in some of the buildings of this electrical substation, so we'll check those out before we keep heading north. This one is lying on the ground out in the open, so we can see its red light from a distance. That's another way to try and find these things. Keep an eye out for those red blinking lights. I do remember from the PTS that there's at least 2 here, I think. But I'm trying to get to Highway Town as quick as possible since I wasn't sure if the servers were going to keep running when I was recording this. There's also several intel cases in this town, and there's also a big Abraxo intel cache box here that later on in the quest Dirty Laundry you'll be sent to find. I'm just going to run through the town though.
To put me down, I'm weak.
This Red Rocket complex is another place to come back to and look for intel cases. There was about 3 here, I think.
What was that?
We have company. Shit!
We have company. We have company. We have company.
I forgot to turn around and look, but right behind this shed I'm passing is an intel case. Okay, so you can see the little path that we followed as we made our way north and the locations that we unlocked. If you were paying attention to my map markers, you would have noticed that there were other things showing up, but I just wanted to get up here as quick as I can. These fast travel spots that I've unlocked will be good enough for us that if we have to start going back south for anything, we'll be able to get to the other places fairly quickly and finish unlocking all the fast travel points in Ohio.
Caravans have been getting rarer and rarer. I'm starting to run low on stock.
Ghouls seem to just keep showing up here lately.
Traffic has been picking up lately.
Gotta watch out for that rust. Does a number on your lungs.
Ha!
Well, I'd recognize that look anywhere. You've got that I'm inclined to violence way about you. Now, let's put that hostility on ice for a spell, hotshot. Hands away from the iron. If I meant you harm, you'd already know it. I've got a little proposition if you'll shut up and listen. I happen to run a little service for the folks of this charming locale. See, they ain't got anything you might call law around here. Suits me fine, mind you, but that leaves a lot of bad blood unaddressed. Generous soul that I am, I match demands for vengeance with bloody-handed individuals like yourself, who are eager to deal it out. Well, that's a bit highfalutin for folks around these parts. Let's just call it what it is. Bounty hunting. Somebody needs somebody else dead and ain't got the stones to handle it themselves. I make the arrangements. For a fee, of course. I had you pegged from the start. Simple enough arrangement. I collect a fee from the afflicted and farm out the killing to motivated individuals such as yourself. You run down the target and whatever shithole they hiding out in, and you put them in the ground. Whatever means necessary. Have fun with it. I know I do.
Everything in its place.
That's a killer instinct I was looking for. Got a big stack of open contracts right there. Help yourself. More there than I could ever bother with. Unless you're looking for something juicier. Well, that's a whole different ballgame. The sort of person I'm sending you after is a killer, to be sure, but small potatoes. Now, if you're hungry for a full meal, I've got contracts out on some real sons of bitches. The kind that puts fear in entire towns and leave a trail of dead bounty hunters in their wake. And I'm not just referring to myself. I'm talking 12-course dinner. Real juicy targets. I don't give those out to just anyone.
Need a fix.
So nice. No.
Well, these are the worst of the worst. Most hunters that go after these targets wind up dead. And that just makes the bounty larger. Thing is, it's bad for business if I keep sending bounty hunters to their death. People start to think I can't get things done. So things work a little differently for these. First off, you post a notice for one of these fellas, it's open season. Any hunter that wants to can get in on the action, and you'll likely be grateful for the help. Second, I only allow one of these bounties to be open at once. If somebody else has one posted, you just gonna have to wait until they're taken out. Hell, join in if you want. Most importantly, these are the ones I like to handle myself. If you want one, I need compensation. Suit yourself. You know where to find me.
Okay, so we are going to start our first bounty, a grunt hunt. You can do as many of these as you want. You don't have to pay for anything like the more advanced bounties he was talking about. You just come in here to the table and pick one up, and it activates. So we're going to sit there and see where we need to go to take down our first target. And these are usually pretty fun. Your bounties are always going to be legendary enemies, and they're also going to have a mutation, so that can make them a little bit tricky if you're a brand new player just starting out and you don't have a good weapons and armor and item loadout. But let's see how well this first one goes for us. we're going to take some time to explore the rail yard here. There are several intel cases located throughout the buildings here. There was also a hatch in the PTS that you couldn't open. Maybe we can get into it now. If not, it's obviously something that they put there for something they're planning in the future. So maybe we can find some information and guesses to what that might be. Okay, I think that's all of them for the railroad. In the PTS, it was mentioned that intel cases will respawn after a while, and I think I remember finding one over by these destroyed vehicles, so we're going to check that out and see if there's one there. And then we're going to start making our way back north again and trying to hit a couple of more fast travel points. Then we'll get back to Highway Town and we're going to take on another grunt hunt because that was part of today's challenges, completing 2 grunt hunts. Okay, over here is a junkyard, which is a location for one of the new public events where you have to guard a tamed Deathclaw and fight off waves of enemies. In the PTS, it took me probably 10 times of coming to this place to finally get it unlocked as a fast travel point. I don't know what the problem was. Hopefully they fixed it. If not, we're just going to go ahead and get back to Highway Town and start another grunt hunt. And we'll go from there.
Hard to imagine that lake used to be a whole river.
Crazy. Caravans through this wasteland.
No good bounty hunters loitering around not buying any
Chaps never last as long as you need them to.
Okay, so we're starting our second grunt hunt. Let's see where it sends us. If we're lucky, it'll be back in the south where we've got fast travel points unlocked. If not, maybe it might send us up north. So we may have to do some running. But let's find out where we're going. Okay, so the location that we got to get to is called Ash Cave. Luckily, it's close by, so we're going to be able to run our way over there. And there's going to be a couple of spots I know of that we can stop at on the way and possibly find some more intel cases. Ash Cave is a fairly big area to explore. It's full of raiders that have taken it over, so there's always going to be plenty of enemies here to fight. There are several intel cases in it, and in some of the areas surrounding it, so we'll definitely be coming back here to sit there and search for them. But mainly our goal is taking out this bounty, so let's get in here and find them and get the bounty completed. And that completes our second grunt hunt, which finally finishes out all of our daily challenges. So this is going to be where we end the video. I hope you'll be coming back for the next one. I'm going to be going back to a couple of spots that we just ran past, and we're going to be looking for more intel cases. And if there's any of the new events that pop up while we're doing it, we'll definitely do those. I'll probably, if I have time, go ahead and talk to the person back in Highway Town that the Rust King wants us to visit and see what's up with that part of the quest. But thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.